Hey guys, so what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys doing? Hope y'all doing really well and having a really great day. In this video, I have a lot to talk about. As this month, there's been a lot of news that has come about, and also for next month, there's going to be a big milestone for Ethereum coming out. The London hard fork, as you guys know, EIP 1559, and also EIP 3554, and I think 3 others as well. But mainly these two I want to talk about throughout this video. A lot of different information I want to go through with all of you because it's going to affect all of us miners, right? And it's going to probably also affect people's decision whether or not you're going to stick with mining Ethereum or not. And what's going to transpire is a lot of different things that it's going to hurt us miners in terms of profitability for those that care about profitability, of course. But ultimately, right now, just to give you the gist of it, that we're probably going to be yielding a lot less Ethereum, okay? And also, I'm going to just talk about, the merge that's going to come about potentially by the end of this year, as well as other things that also go along with what's going to come in the next month or so, or 13 days as of recording this video, okay? And I'm going to talk about GPUs, we're going to talk about profitability, we're going to talk about just also future stuff, okay? This video is going to be probably very long, and I'm just going to speak out of my head here of what I have been seeing this past month and also what's to come in the future, okay? So let's begin, guys. Hopefully you'll stick through the whole video. If not, I don't blame you. I just want to talk about a lot of things here, okay? So first off, the Ethereum network hash rate. You guys may have saw that video recently that I was wrong regarding why it fell. And yeah, it was just because of the Bitcoin crackdown, all right, Bitcoin mining crackdown. As you guys saw, the Bitcoin hash rate has gone down considerably, but Ethereum hasn't gone down that much compared to Bitcoin in terms of network hash rate. So, but I'm going to assume as well that in China, there are definitely mining farms dedicated to mining Ethereum, right? So whether that's GPUs or whether that could be ASICs, right? And I'm going to still stand by my words regarding the ASICs that in China that they have definitely turned off as well for being sold onto the markets, right? For North America, what have you, people that have pre-ordered, the Antminer E9s, right? Or Innosilicon A11s. Those things do like 2 or 3 gigahash or something. And I think Bits Be Trippin' recently just showed a tweet. I don't have it up here, but they Apollo miner, they have like a 5 gigahash ETH hash miner. I can do a video about that later. But anyways, yeah, the network hash rate for Ethereum has dropped, right? From a high of 630 terahash down to about 481, right? But now it looks like we've come back up. We are about 527, all right, terahash. With that, all right, that doesn't matter, honestly, with network hash rate. What we're seeing right now, profitability for mining is still fine, all right? Basically, any GPU, even like a single RX 570, is able to make a, let's go RX 580. And actually, yeah, a typical RX 580, no, let's just do one RX 580. And we can see here, just one RX 580 is still making at 10 cents kilowatt hour, $1.50. All right. Or if you care about the yield, the amount of coin that you're getting in terms of Ethereum, you're getting 0.0009 Ethereum. Okay. So just to give that context there, it's still profitable to mine Ethereum as of right now. But let's talk about Ethereum London hard fork coming August 4th. Okay. This is a big one, which is going to drastically change how the fee structure works, how profitability will be as well. Okay, I'm going to talk about all this, but mainly it's going to happen on block 12,965,000. All right, let me just give you guys the gist of these two EIPs, and I'm going to go more in depth on it after this. Okay, so basically EIP 1559 introduces a new fee structure to make Ethereum less inflationary. And this protocol change is highly controversial because it aims to burn part of the fees, hence decreasing miner revenue. And I guess the controversial part as well, due to the inflationary aspect of it, is that a lot of devs and a lot of, I would say, pre-mined hodlers, a little jab at those people that, you know, they are expecting that Ethereum price is going to have, there's going to be price discovery, all right, new higher price for Ethereum. And so that's what a lot of those guys are expecting, are speculating, right? Of course, for us miners, we could be speculating about that as well, but who knows, right? We have no idea that if that's going to come about or not. Next one here, EIP 3554 delays Ethereum difficulty bomb to December 1st. This mechanism will incrementally increase the difficulty of mining on the Ethereum network, effectively freezing proof of work in preparation of Ethereum's move to proof of stake. Okay, so that's where I want to dive into the EIP 3554 mainly, as there's been some information out there. Some people have been saying, oh, EIP 1559 or the London hard fork is going to be delayed. And so if the London hard fork was delayed, the difficulty bomb would be activated. I believe it's already activated already. It's already gone up, like, in terms of the block times, right? About another 0.1 or something. So averaging, all right? So normally we're at, like, you know, 13.1 seconds in terms of block times averaging, but now we've been kind of going up, all right? 13.1, 13.2, 13.4. Okay, so I believe this activated, I would say maybe a week or two ago. Don't quote me on that. Murray Glacier, all right, this was the last difficulty bomb delay EIP that was implemented on, I would say, before about the beginning of 2020. That was when Murray Glacier was activated. Okay, I believe at block 88 million. Okay. And actually, let me just read the rationale here. They say, this will delay the ice age by 52 million seconds, approximately 611 days. So the chain would be back at 20-second block times around July of 2021. So, which is literally right now. It's important to note that this pushes the ice age 4 million blocks from block 88 million. All right. So yeah, actually, if we just did the math there, that would be, if we go to the blocks right now, so yeah, that would be 12,800,000, right? 12,800,000. That's when I guess the ice age has been activated. That actually depicts what the block times has been rising, right? 0.1 seconds. So now with EIP 3554, okay, this is going to go into the London hard fork, all right, August 4th, in about 13 days as of recording this video. This needs to happen, all right? This needs to come about, or else the difficulty bomb will continue to rise, okay? And you can see in previous times, the Ethereum average block time chart here, you can see back in 2017, for those that may have remembered this, I definitely remember this, right? Ethereum, this was the Byzantium hard fork, right? When that came about, that's when the block rewards went from 5 to 3 Ethereum per block, okay? Then the next one was Constantinople. It went from 3 Ethereum per block to 2 Ethereum, which is what we have now, 2 Ethereum per block. And then the difficulty bomb was activated again, right? During beginning or middle of October, around there, right? And then it was deactivated with the Murray Glacier EIP, right? So that was beginning of 2020. And so now here we are, it's been activated again, all right? So we need to have this difficulty bomb delay, which they're talking about here, to December of 2021, all right? So here we go. We're going to talk about this a little bit here. So their motivation here is to target for the Shanghai upgrade or the merge to occur before December of 2021. Either the bomb can be readjusted at the time or removed altogether. All right. So as you guys know, the merge, right? That's when proof of work is going to be ultimately turned off for Ethereum, and all of us who have been mining Ethereum can no longer mine Ethereum. So that's slated for the end of this month or Q1 of 2022. I will talk about more about that later. But basically, you can see here what they're hoping to achieve with this EIP. So just reading the little bit here of the rationale, the following script predicts a 0.1 second delay to the block time for the first week of December and a 1 second delay by the end of the month. Okay, so if we're looking at the block time chart here, it's going to depict what happened in previous ice ages. Okay, so you will see a rise in terms of 1 second every couple of weeks or so, maybe a month. So if the merge or whatever doesn't happen, right, then we're going to have a similar situation with these other times and block times, right? You can see that it keeps going higher and higher and higher. Thus, also, if you look at the Ethereum daily block rewards chart, that when the block times when the block times are increasing, that means we are getting less and less supply coming out into the market, okay, for us miners, for everyone that's mining Ethereum, right? Less and less supply comes about on the network. So what this Ice Age basically does, it's forcing the devs to quickly come about with upgrades, right? EIPs and all that stuff, whatever, onto Ethereum. It forces them to have a deadline, right? And also crappy for us miners, we are at the stranglehold of the devs, because they are the ones who are able, like in previous ones, they changed the block rewards from 5 to 3 and then from 3 to 2. And then look at us now, right? They are taking out the transaction fees for burning the transaction fees, as this is the biggest thing, the biggest controversy for all of us miners, that we are no longer going to get come London hard fork on August 4th. Okay. And so hopefully you guys understand what I was talking about regarding the Ice Age, right? The difficulty bomb. If EIP 1559, or sorry, the London hard fork was delayed, then yeah, the difficulty bomb would be activated. It's already activated, and we would be getting less and less Ethereum anyway. The block rewards, we would be getting less and less Ethereum on the network as the block times were increasing. All right. So if that happens in the next couple of weeks, for some reason, I don't know, maybe the London hard fork could be delayed. There could be an issue. Who knows, right? There's always going to be some coding issues, as I actually been seeing with, I'm going to talk about with the mining pools. There's been a lot of mining pools that don't know what to do, because as Ethermine has already talked about changing the payout policy, a flex pool actually already has that implemented, which I'm going to show you guys later. But I'm going all over the place, guys. There's a lot of information regarding mining Ethereum and what's going to transpire for us in the next couple weeks here, because it's going to be pretty drastic change. And I think overall we're going to have less rewards. Profitability is going to go down. All right. Bear with me here. I hope you guys are still with me. I hope you're not lost. But let's now talk about the EIP 1559 aspect. Okay. So I talked about the Ice Age. Let's talk about 1559. So normally, all right, just for let you guys understand currently, let me just refresh this here, just to give you guys understanding of how we get paid right now, is you guys can see right now, averaging right now, we're getting about 2.3, 2.5 Ethereum per block. All right, this amount of reward gets pushed to the whatever pool that finds that. So example, Ethermine. Right? Ethermine just found a 2.45427 Ethereum block, and that gets distributed to all the miners that are mining on Ethermine, okay, including MEV, which is miner extractable value or maximal extractable value, as that's been another controversial thing. I'm not going to go in depth in that. This whole thing is just crazy, right? But this is something that also gives us miners a little bit more rewards, right? And you can see here on mining pool stats, there is a bunch of mining pools that have this enabled. Not all, but some that has it enabled, right? I'm surprised Nanopool doesn't have it. But yeah, a lot of the bigger mining pools have it already, and that is getting distributed to the miners currently right now, and also will be distributed to the miners after EIP, after the London hard fork. Okay, so MEV will still be there for us miners. So we just talked about the transaction fees and how they're going to be burned, no longer going to the miners, but they're going to be more predictable. All right, so not quite sure how much those are going to be. I'll show you guys an example potentially in a second. And then we talked about MEV, okay, which will still be there for the miners. The next thing is now something called priority fee, which used to be called inclusion fee, and before that used to be called miner tip. And so I believe this is going to be new come London hard fork, all right, that's going to be implemented then, which will be a fee that goes to the miners. So before I read the definition of that and what's going to go on, I just want to read the definitions of gas here. So gas is essential to the Ethereum network. It is the fuel that allows it to operate in the same way that a car needs gasoline to run. And so what is gas? Gas refers to the unit that measures the amount of computational effort required to execute specific operations on the Ethereum network. Since each Ethereum transaction requires computational resources to execute, each transaction requires a fee. Gas refers to a fee required to successfully conduct a transaction on Ethereum. All right, so that's the definition, guys. But now how does this tie into the London update? All right, so I'm just gonna read this here. Starting with the London update, every block has a base fee, the minimum per gas price for inclusion in this block. The base fee is calculated by a formula that compares the size of the previous block, the amount of gas used for all the transactions, with a target size. This upgrade will double the allowable block size while targeting blocks to be 50% full. If the block size is higher than the target, there is more demand for inclusion in the blockchain than targeted supply. So the base fee in the subsequent block is increased. If the block size is lower than the target, then there is less demand for the block space than targeted supply. So the base fee is subsequently decreased. The amount of the base fee is adjusted by proportional to how far from the target block size is. This base fee is then burned, removing it from circulation. Okay, so this is the part where normally, just to correlate for you guys, that we normally get that now, but come London hard fork in about 2 weeks, we're no longer going to get that. Okay, it's going to be burned instead. Okay, going along, transactions can either specify a gas price using the old mechanism or specify 2 other parameters. Here we go. There is a maximum fee per gas, the maximum gas price the transaction can be charged, or this new one here, the maximum priority fee per gas, aka tip. The maximum priority fee the transaction signer is willing to pay for the miner per gas to be included. If the base fee plus this amount is less than the maximum fee per gas, this is the priority fee. Otherwise, the priority fee is the maximum fee minus the base fee. All right, so miners and validators are expected to choose the transactions that will pay them the highest priority fees. So I'm not quite sure how the coding is going to work, but this is something where miners can also get as well. But how much are you guys are wondering, how much roughly are miners going to benefit from this? And there is something here. Thank you to Max Voltage, by the way, for sending this to me. And so Tim Bako, you guys have probably heard of him, I guess the Ethereum all-core devs leader per se. He says here, Tim believes that the miner tip will be between 2 and 3 gwei. He states 2 gwei here to be conservative. Good analysis here of overall effect on profitability based on recent statistics. Average fees over the past month is 0.45 ETH per block. Miner tip, or it used to be called inclusion fee, and then Micah wrote a EIP to change the name from inclusion fee to now priority fee, which I read earlier. Okay, so is estimated to be about 0.3 ETH per block. So the net decrease is 0.42. Total average reward over the past month was 2.51 Ethereum per block. So the calculation here, 0.42 divided by 2.51 is 16.7% reduction in reward. Okay, so the average reward predicted to be is come London hard fork, after the London hard fork is implemented, is predicted to be 2.09 ETH per block, where 0.6 is MEV and the 0.3 is the inclusion fee, or now the priority fee. So when a mining pool finds a block that's 2.09, that is what will be distributed to the miners. Now I'm gonna segue into another thing that is going to affect us miners, is the mining pools. Okay, so Max Voltage, thank you for this. And going along, guys, this video will be very long. Anyways, I'll have this link down below. You guys can read more of it as well. Okay, now let's go segue into the Ethermine.org payout policy. You guys have probably seen this already from Mr. Son of a Tech. He explained it very well. You guys should go watch his video. But for me here, I'm just going to reference a few different things that is definitely going to hurt us miners. All right, so first things first, the important notice is that Ethermine is going to change at block 12,965,000. All right, so that's the same time the London hard fork is going to happen, on block 12,965,000. Okay, going along here. All right, so the important thing that I guess these 4 things here that Ethermine is going to do is, number 1, instead of 80% of MEV rewards will be forwarded to miners, it's now going to be 100%. Okay. Second part here, manual payouts and changing threshold can now be initiated also via IP verification. Third part here, minimum payout threshold will be reduced to 0.01 ETH and no monthly automatic payments. Now, the last most important thing here that really affects everybody, for us that mine Ethereum on Ethermine, and actually probably all of these other pools, all the other pools are probably going to implement that as well, is the payout transaction fee to be paid by the miner for all Ethereum mainnet payout transactions. Miners can set the maximum gas price they are willing to pay. So first things first, Ethermine wasn't the first people to do this. It was actually Flexpool. So that's where I want to show you guys an example here. Flexpool actually already has it implemented where when you go to your Ethereum address, I just searched the highest miner on Flexpool, all right? And you go to settings button here and you can set the gas limit to whatever you want for when you want to withdraw, okay, your Ethereum. And so now there's a few questions here. And again, thank you to Max Voltage here. Is the biggest question is going to be, you know, when mining pools implement this, all right, this way of where us miners have to set our gas price limit, is how often are they going to test the network, the fee threshold for each miner? All right. So what if, like, for example, Flexpool, where they only tested the threshold once an hour? Okay. So what if the gas fee lowered below the threshold? All right. So let's say if this was like, you know, 200,000 or something, right? And if the gas fee was below the threshold and went right back up, like higher than this, the miner might not get paid. And so how are they going to calculate that for the threshold of gas, right? As Ethereum gas can change all the time, right? We're just not quite sure what it's going to be. If people have set that price higher, right, it's going to cost them, right? It's going to cost the miner a lot, okay, which sucks. So us miners now, we have more fees under our belt, and it's just going to suck, okay? But reading along here from Ethermine, they said because of EIP 159 and its inherent transaction fee, base fee, it will no longer be possible for the pool to cover miner payout transaction fees. We have seen strong demand for payouts on Polygon and other layer 2 solutions, and will add payouts via Optimism and Arbitrum as soon as possible. Okay, so these are the layer 2. You guys have probably seen before regarding Ethermine and the Polygon for layer 2. So I haven't heard much good things about it, but I think that's what eventually how us miners could benefit from it in the future. You know, DeFi, decentralized finance, as that seems to be a really big thing now. And so that may be another way for us miners to benefit from that. But down the road, guys, I will have videos about that, as I'll be trying that as well. But man, if it couldn't get any worse for us miners, where the transaction fees are going to be burned and then the mining pool gets a fee, right, from us, and then we have to pay for the transaction fee to get our Ethereum out. Man, it's just like fee upon fee. It's going to be interesting, and obviously it's going to affect our bottom line, and I'm not quite sure. It's probable that all of these mining pools are going to do the same thing, are going to follow suit with Flexpool and of course Ethermine as well. All right, I'm not done yet, guys. Sorry, long video. But I wanted to also talk about, I've been reading the ETH R&D Discord channel, that mining pools wallet adoption of EIP 1509 was definitely a huge afterthought. And there's been some issues regarding, I guess, the coding aspect of it. And so far, obviously, we got Flexpool and Ethermine on it, right? They've already talked about changing their payout policy. But what about all of the other mining pools? From what I've been reading from Flexpool dev, I believe Alex, he's been very heavily talking about it in the ETH R&D of 1559, that it's been quite a trek to get it implemented. And so there's just going to be so many issues with the other mining pools not implementing the new MEV or the priority fee parameters for the reward distribution for the miners. So come the hard fork London, how many mining pools are actually going to have that figured out by then? Like, and literally I just read that like a couple days ago as of recording this video. So there's literally 13 days, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks to get this all working for all the mining pools. So I think it just feels like to me it's going to be like a cluster. And for those that are mining or mining on all these other pools that don't have the coding experience like Ethermine and Flexpool does, are any of these pools going to be able to implement it by then, right? The parameters for MEV and priority inclusion fee, or priority fee, sorry. So that's going to be an interesting thing come London hard fork, guys. So keep watch of that. I'll definitely keep you updated. If I guess if everyone's mining Ethereum and no one's getting paid or something crashes and we hear a lot of drama, well then we'll know why, potentially. And then to put the nail in the coffin of all this is the Ethereum merge. All right, so another 5-6 months later, potentially, you guys know this is going to turn off proof of work, right? And they estimated that it's going to happen either the end of this year, all right, in December, or at the latest, they say here, current best non-official estimate is sometime Q1 of 2022. All right, but like I said, which I explained about the difficulty bomb, if they do have the Shanghai hard fork in December, then potentially, yeah, they'll be able to implement a new ice bomb delay, all right, difficulty bomb delay, very similar to 3554, but ultimately they may just scrap it and just let it go, as if they're going to turn off proof of work, then it's done, right? Block times will be whatever, it won't matter anymore. So okay, anyways guys, that's enough about Ethereum merge, whatever, MEV, transaction fees, priority fee, so many different things. I don't know, I definitely missed a lot of things, but I think generally for us miners, the things I just read earlier and talked about, I think affects the miners in some way. All right, so timing in all of this really matters, right? Because of the difficulty bomb. But anyways, now guys, let's keep it going here. Let's talk about something totally different. What has transpired in this month is the LHR cards. Okay, let's talk about graphic cards. All right, this is something, if you made it this far, please let me know. I know this video is really long already, but I just want to just speak my mind about a whole bunch of things. It's stuck in my head and I just can't put it into words. But going along, guys, LHR cards, have any of you bought these, 3070 Ti's or maybe 3080 Ti's, or the LHR, 3080s, 3070s, or 3060 Ti, right? Those GPUs are LHR'd. Now, actually, I'm not quite sure if the Founders Editions are LHR'd. Sorry, the 3060 Ti, 3070, or 3080. But I know that the 3070 Ti regular AIB cards are LHR'd, because I have one, right? I have a couple. I actually have 6 of them. I have to build a mining rig of that, which I will update you guys later on. But have you guys been buying these for mining? And what the sentiment is from, I've been just hearing from a lot of people, is no. Generally, no. For me, I just bought 6 because I want to build a mining rig of it. I'm not actively going out buying 3070 Ti's or 3080 Ti's for mining, because right now we're kind of in this weird feeling that, the bear market's coming. We're waiting for cheap GPUs. And I've been kind of entertaining the idea that I want the bear market to come, because I want to buy cheap graphic cards again. I want to buy cheap hardware again, right? Is that coming now? And to be honest, the prices of GPUs have been coming down. I've seen 3080s for like 1,500, right? They used to be like 2,200 like a month or two ago. So GPU prices have been coming down, but not less than what MSRP is currently, right? It's still way higher than MSRP or fake MSRP, what have you. So it's still high. As of recording this video, the market has gone up. So who knows, right? If we keep going up, then potentially GPUs, even the LHR cards, are going to go up in price, because the profitability aspect of it, even the LHR cards are still profitable, right? Mining Ravencoin or whatever. So if I just did like a 3070, for example, this is a regular 3070. You can mine Ethereum 60 mega hash. You can still make $3 a day. But, a 3070 Ti can mine, Ergo. It can mine, and look at that. The Ergo profitability here is like $2.62, and Ravencoin $2.25. Like, still amazing. But that's obviously now, right? As of looking at the prices of coins, then relative to what the network difficulties are, network hash rate, that's how it finds the equilibrium of the profitability. Every time you guys go to what to mine to see what the profitability is, it factors all of these variables, right, in order to get your profitability number here. And so to me, the 3070 Ti's are totally fine for mining. 3080 Ti's are great for mining. That in retrospect, because of the merge, right? Ethereum's going to turn off proof of work, that it won't matter, because the 3070 Ti's, 3080 Ti's, whatever, the LHR cards are able to mine all of these other coins except for Ethereum and Ethereum Classic as well. So, but we've heard of Ethereum Classic moving to SHA-3, so that doesn't matter. But all of these other coins that are on the market right now, you see on What to Mine, you're able to mine with an LHR card. Now, come the merge, right? This is a whole other thing, whole other political video. I don't really want to get into it, but I guess I'm going to get into it. Is the other coins going to be profitable or not come the end of mining Ethereum? So I'm going to sound like a broken record, and you guys have probably heard it many times before, but when all of this hash rate, right, or maybe I would say 40 to 60% of the hash rate could be ASICs, right? So where's the other 40% of that hash rate going to go, right? It's then going to be probably distributed to the next profitable coin. And there's definitely going to be that leveling off period for who's going to be like, oh man, what's the next profitable coin? So there's going to be people moving to Flux. There's going to be people mining Ergo. People are going to be mining Xano. There's going to be people mining Rio, Swap, Ravencoin. Now, it'll be very dependent on what the prices of these coins are, right? The block times, right? All these factor in network difficulty of all of these coins, right? So there's definitely going to be that leveling off period because, what to mine grabs, I guess, like the APIs of all these different coins and network hash rate, network difficulty, pulls the prices from wherever, CoinGecko, Binance, what have you, whatever, I don't know. But it's going to pull in all that information. Think about how long it's going to take to actually figure out that equilibrium, right? That profit, the profitability of your graphic cards, right? It's the site is going to probably crash, I feel like, come when the merge happens. And so that's going to be just quite the cluster of us miners trying to figure out what to mine, what's the profitable coin to mine. It'll be interesting. It's going to be really interesting come the end of this year or potentially Q1 of 2022. Let me know your guys' thoughts on that. And so now talking about with mining and potentially the unprofitableness of mining by the end of this year is your electrical cost, right? Okay, so I've explained this before that, depending on your electrical cost, you may be able to mine even like during the bear market. Like for me, I'm at 0.08 cents, okay, per kilowatt hour USD. And during the last bear market, like 2018, 2019, 2020, I was still at least breaking even most of the time, if not profitable during those times. It was still totally fine to mine. And in my case, I'm very lucky I was able to pay for my electrical bill out of my pocket. And so I was able to hodl all of those coins, right? And during the bear market, especially, you're able to yield more of the rewards, okay? You're getting more Ethereum, more Ravencoin, whatever you're mining during the bear market, because the network hash rate, the network difficulties are so low relative to what the profitability is that most people that are mining are not going to, like, for example, Ravencoin, the hash rate during like the bear market of just last year, even in 2020, I remember the network hash rate was less than, I think, 1.5 terahash or something. And now I think it's hovering like, here, let's go to Ravencoin. I'll show you guys what I mean here. Ravencoin, and the network hash rate for Ravencoin right now is 3.75 terahash. All right, so yeah, before that, it was, last year, it was less than, the chart doesn't go that far, but you can see the big rise up here. It was due to Ravencoin price literally going 100x or something. Like from 2 cents all the way up until 20 cents or something. So that's like a 20x right there. That was just incredible for anyone who has been mining Ravencoin throughout the bear market and hodled up until now. Up until then, you did really well. Now Ravencoin, though, has come back down to like 5 cents. So, and as you guys know, Ravencoin's going to have a halvening in January, coming up in about 6 months. So that's another speculative thing that some people have been thinking about, right? So I've seen some videos about that, and I've even speculated that, since the halvening is coming for Ravencoin, that there could be new all-time highs, new price discovery for Ravencoin. That's just a speculation, not financial advice. I think that's what a lot of people are talking about. We'll see if that happens, but of course I will update you guys on that. And so guys, I've been through the last 2 bull runs now, like the 2017 hype, and then now recently we just had this recent one, right? Bitcoin was 64,000, right? I'm not quite sure if people portray right now as a bear market or bull run still. Some people still say we're in the bull run. I'm not quite sure. I'm not a trader or anything like that. But I firmly believe that we are, crypto it always goes in cycles, right? Bull, bear market, bull, bear market. And so as a miner for myself, I'm in a fortunate position where I'm able to pay for my electrical bill out of my pocket, right? And like I said, I have 0.08 cents per kilowatt hour. So I'm very fortunate in that aspect. Other people, not fortunate, right? Let's say you had 30 cents per kilowatt hour and say you had one 580 RX 580, 30 cents you're literally paying like $1 of electric a day for making $1.81 on an RX 580. So after your electrical cost 30 cents, you're only making about 87 cents a day, which is, hey, you're still profitable, right? If you consider that profitable, right? If you had like 100 GPUs, like 100 RX 580s, then now we're talking, right? You're making $87 a day. That's a totally different story as you relative to how many GPUs you have, right? The number looks nicer because you're obviously making more. But again, you're paying more in electric at 30 cents, which is $100 a day in electric. That's $3,000 a month. But again, you're making $87. So $87 times 30, you do the math there, right? You're still making profit, but depending where you are, where you live, maybe you got to pay taxes on that. So hurts your bottom line even more. So just a lot of things regarding the electrical bill. Your electrical cost is gonna hurt. Everyone's situation is different. I've explained that before, that depending on your financial situation, mining may not work for you, right? Mining may not be for you. So you have to evaluate what your situation is and just go from there, right? If you have cheap electric, just go to town. I know people with 0.04 cents per kilowatt hour, and those guys, you can mine all the way. Even during the bear market, you're still going to be profitable. Look at that. At like 4 cents per kilowatt hour, these guys are making, if you had 100 RX 580s, you're still making $168 a day, and you're paying about you're paying about $12 a day in electric. That's nuts. That's nuts. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think that's it in this video. This is definitely a really long one. I don't know if I explained everything from what I've just been seeing throughout my eyes this whole past month, but I think it's just LHRs. The prices of crypto has been going up and down, up and down. We're kind of staying at these levels. Some people are bearish, some people are bullish. For me, I'm still optimistic for the future. I don't really look at daily profits anyway. For me, I'm looking at how much we're yielding now, and down the road is when I want to see those realized profits. All right, I'm not looking for the profitability now because, as you guys know, I'm not going to talk about it, but I've shown you an example where, mining back in 2017, you're getting like 6 Ethereum a day off a couple of rigs, and now you're only getting like 1 Ethereum off a couple of rigs. So you guys know what I'm talking about there, like the realized profits of hodling versus selling every day. It's you gain so much more in terms of profit when you hodl. But again, that's totally dependent on your financial situation, if you're able to pay for your electrical bill out of your pocket or not. Anyway, guys, I'm just rambling. Let me know your thoughts about everything in this video. If you made it to the end, man, please let me know, and please let me know your thoughts of everything that I just talked about. I definitely missed talking about the extracted MEV, that this may be another factor, but again, as I showed you with the example, that the predicted EIP 1559 come EIP 1559 is 2.09. So thank you to Max Voltage and Tim Bako on that one. So I guess we'll see if it is like this, then they were right, and I'll definitely let you guys know in the next 13 days if that's going to be true or not. All right, my friends, thanks for watching. I appreciate you all. I will see you in the next video. I need a drink of water. Have a good one, and peace out.